Let's talk about audio or sound mixing boards as part of your gear. Hey guys, if you're joining me on this channel, it's because you're interested in the guitar. So we all know just how hard it is and how much work it takes to learn the guitar. And that's the standard guitar. When we moved to the electric guitar, we had an additional complication. It gets expensive. And of course, the first cost is the electric guitar, which doesn't have to be as expensive as an acoustic, but it can be significant. After that, though, there's other things that you need to buy. And this can get a little bit pricey and a little bit hard to deal with, especially if you're working on a budget. Now, typically, the first thing you buy after your electric guitar is going to be an amplifier and speaker system. And of course, then you're going to add pedals, you're going to add maybe a recording interface, but the prices keep accumulating and the costs keep adding up. But there's an interesting alternative available to us, especially if you're new to the electric guitar and maybe, just maybe, there's other people in your neighborhood or right around you. Maybe you got a cat. None of these folks are going to really appreciate all the mistakes you're going to make practicing the guitar. Now, the alternative is to use a sound mixer, a sound mixing board, and especially one that has a USB interface. Now, there's lots of manufacturers of these boards, so I'm not going to be showing these by manufacturer, merely by the concept. So whichever one you find that you like is going to be fine. Do your own research, find out which one works well for you. Now, the basic box, sound mixing box, it's going to have connections for your guitar. It's going to have one for a microphone. It's going to have some controls that you can use. You're going to be able to do some equalization. You're going to be able to control the gain. And then you're going to be able to run the outputs to different ways of evolving the sound. You're going to be able to use a speaker cabinet, maybe a PA, a different amp. You're going to be able to use headphones. And of course, that USB port lets us tie right into the computer. And so if you're going to have folks around you, they're going to definitely get tired of hearing the mistakes you make while practicing, or maybe even just you practicing. And so I think the headphone jack is going to get an awful lot of work. So one thing you might want to consider in addition to that sound mixing board is going to be a good set of headphones. And I'm sure both your neighbors and your cat are going to be very happy that you're suppressing the sound. Interestingly, if you just take a few cable adapters, you can actually adopt a lot of equipment that you probably have around your place to use with your soundboard. For instance, if you had a set of powered computer speakers, you had a set of earbuds, maybe even earbuds with a microphone on it. Some adapters going to split some wires and split some pieces out. You might have to adapt it to being a 1/4-inch jack instead of an 1/8-inch jack, but it's going to let you use a lot of your existing equipment, saving a lot of money right up front. As well, that USB interface, eventually you're going to want to record your music. Eventually you're going to start looking at interfaces. Having one already in your sound mixing board is a great way to save a little bit of money. And of course, that USB interface, you can tie it to your computer. If you have a tablet, maybe your phone, all of these things are going to be connectable to it so that you can get to one of your digital audio workstation pieces of software, whichever one you happen to like. And the nice thing about using the sound mixing board is it doesn't just die as you start upgrading your equipment. It's going to still serve you very, very well as you expand your system, as you add other pieces. I'm quite the fan of the ones I have, and they're a main part of my home studio, and I'm sure you're going to find the same thing. Hope you found this interesting. I think it's a great alternative to consider the sound mixing boards. Take a look at them, see if they work for you. The best part is they are not expensive. I've seen them for as little as $50. Of course, you can go right up to studio quality systems that are many tens of thousands of dollars. So if your budget lets you do it, well, it's there for you if you want to spend it. All right, guys, take care. Hope you enjoyed this. Talk to you again soon.